In this video, here's what we'll cover. Why we are not really resting. The 3 levels of true rest. The energy cost of emotion. The 5-part relaxation practice. When to seek support. When was the last time you were truly at rest? Not lying on the couch with your phone. Not watching television while your mind writes tomorrow's to-do list. Not having a glass of wine to wind down while you are still half living in the events of the day. I mean genuinely at rest. Body soft, breath slow, mind quiet. The kind of rest where you lose track of time and come back to yourself feeling replenished, not just less stimulated. If you are struggling to remember the last time that happened, you are not alone. And it is not because you are doing something wrong. Most of what we call rest in modern life does not actually rest the nervous system at all. There is an old saying I come back to often. Tension is who you think you should be, and relaxation is who you are. Many of us have forgotten the way home. So let me start with why we are not really resting. Think about what most of us do to unwind. We scroll through an endless stream of comparison and outrage. We watch intense, emotionally charged shows. We have a drink that sedates us at first but leaves the body more unsettled by morning. None of that is rest. It is activity that is less demanding than work, and that is not the same thing. Genuine recovery happens when the body's rest and restore system takes over. Heart rate slows, breathing deepens, digestion returns, and the body begins to repair itself. But that system needs more than the absence of danger. It needs active signals of safety, slowness, warmth, quiet, a body that is consciously allowed to soften. A glowing screen and the quick jolts of novelty do not offer those signals, so the body stays a little braced, a little on alert, even while you sit still. There is a deeper layer here worth naming, too. For many people, stillness is uncomfortable. When the noise stops, what surfaces is the backlog, the worry, the grief that was too busy to be felt, the thoughts that have been waiting for an opening. So we keep ourselves stimulated, sometimes almost desperately. The path to genuine rest does not go around that. It goes gently through it, by slowly building the capacity to be with yourself without being overwhelmed. Now, the tradition I draw from describes 3 levels of true relaxation, and most modern rest touches only the first, if that. The first level is physical, muscular tension releasing, the body becoming heavy and soft. Here is what surprises people. Though most of us carry chronic tension, we have stopped noticing. Shoulders always slightly raised, a jaw always slightly clenched, gently tensing a muscle and then releasing it, or slowly moving your attention through the body, helps you find and let go of what you did not know you were holding. And sleep is not the same as this. Plenty of people sleep with clenched jaws and tight shoulders and wake up feeling like they worked all night. The second level is mental, and this is where modern rest fails most completely. Mental relaxation is not the absence of thought. It is the loosening of the mind's grip, the shift from driven, evaluative thinking to something quieter and more spacious. The mind needs genuine downtime, not a swap from one demanding task to a slightly easier one. Slowing your out breath is one of the most useful tools here. Writing down what you are carrying is another, not because it solves the problem, but because once it is on the page, it stops circling inside you. The third level is the hardest to describe and the most nourishing. It is a deep, spiritual rest, where the effortful sense of self that is always managing and performing is allowed to dissolve. In yoga, this is called pratyahara, drawing the senses gently inward, like a tortoise drawing in its limbs. At this level, rest is not the absence of something. It is the presence of a quiet peace that does not have to be earned. This is the territory of deep meditation and of yoga nidra, and it rests on the first 2 levels. You cannot drop into it with a tense body and a racing mind. I want to name one more thing, because it is easy to miss. Emotional effort is tiring. In yoga, we talk about pran, the vital energy that animates both body and mind. Sustained anger, chronic worry, constant comparison, unresolved grief. These burn pran just as surely as physical work. Think of a night lying awake with a racing mind. You are completely still, and yet not resting. You were burning energy as fast as if you had been running. That is why real rest asks for emotional settling, not just physical stillness. So here is a simple 5-part practice I teach and use myself. First, prepare. Dim the lights, put the phone in another room, Maybe run in a warm bath and choose some slow, calm music. Second, release the body. Lying down, tense and let go of each muscle group from your feet up to your face, paying special attention to the jaw and the eyes. Third, restore the breath. Let it settle, then gently breathe in for a count of 4 and out for a count of 8. That longer out breath can help settle the body toward its rest and restore mode. Fourth, unwind the mind. When thoughts come, and they will, watch them pass like clouds rather than chasing them, perhaps resting on a quiet word like peace. Fifth, surrender. Let go of the one who is monitoring how the relaxation is going, and simply be. If it flows into sleep, that is your body's wisdom. Now, for some people the trouble runs deeper than habit. If you cannot rest your body, cannot quiet your mind, and wake unrested even after a full night's sleep, if you feel braced against a threat you cannot quite name, that is worth talking to someone about. That kind of ongoing alertness can be a real signal, not a weakness, and it deserves support. Relaxation and yoga nidra are wonderful companions to good care, but they are not a replacement for it. That is the work I love. At Potentials Unlimited in Bella Vista, I teach right relaxation as a therapeutic tool, woven into counseling that supports both the practice and the emotional roots beneath it. You can read the full guide or book a session using the links below, because you deserve more than distraction. You deserve genuine rest. Before you go, here's a quick recap of what we covered. Why we are not really resting. The 3 levels of true rest. The energy cost of emotion. The 5-part relaxation practice. When to seek support. And one small thing that really helps more people find this. Subscribe for weekly mental health explainers. Like this video if you found it helpful. Share it with someone who might need it.